Alright guys, so we're going to do something kind of different today. I'm actually already at the place I'm supposed to be. We're going to try wading a lake. So I've seen a couple people do it. I've never ever fished here before, but I figured I'd come out, mix it up a little bit, wade this lake, and see if I can catch a fish here. So I've heard there's pretty big bass in here, and it's an interesting layout of the land. I'm going to show you guys, take you on a little adventure, and see if we can catch a bass here at this lake. Well, I actually tried a different spot at first, and I instantly decided it wasn't going to work out. The mud was a little bit too sinky. It was like quicksand. So, to avoid death, I decided, hey, I'm going to try to walk this little trail, see if I can find some open areas on this side of the lake to flip in, hopefully get in the water and expand my opportunities a bit too. Well, I think it's worth a try to slide in here, maybe. It looks rocky right here, so I don't think I'm going to be falling through. My first legit shot today to actually cast and see if I can find fish. For now, I'm going to flip a bit with this beaver setup. All right. Heading back to the car, but I really need a versatile rod here. All right, guys, we're back in action. About to slide down this little hill again and back into the water. I switched to this combo. 6/8 medium, Dobbins Champion with a Shimano Curado. And I'm gonna be throwing this black and blue chatterbait. Since the water's dirty, it'll show up better in the dirty water. We're gonna go for it. Fish. Fish. Yes. Not a bad one too. Came right out of there on the chatterbait. Just throwing it right on that weed line. And he came out and smacked it. Awesome, awesome, awesome start. Awesome fish. Hopefully you can get a couple more in these bad conditions. That is awesome. And I figured that black and blue chatterbait might be the way to go in this dark, murky water. So I know that they can see black a lot better than they can see something that's just blending in. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, although I did catch a fish on this chatterbait here, I am going to switch over to something a little slower, and I have an idea of going to a soft plastic lure called the Fat Ica. All right, so here they are. Yamamoto Fat Ica. It's a 4-inch solid plastic. It's not a hollow, but it's kind of like a tube type lure, but you rig it backwards, starting up at the skirt here with a 4-aught extra wide gap hook, and there it is. So it's super, super weedless. This hook is pretty much right up against the thick body of the fat Ica. You can bury the hook, but I usually just leave it like that and it's fine. But the rate of fall is amazing on this. I think that's what attracts a lot of the bites when you're dragging it up. It falls backwards and slowly falls down. And I've gotten so many fish on this fat Ica. Got a hit. Fish. Feels like a good one. I don't know about that hook set though. I'm a little nervous. Ooh, really nice bass. Really nice bass, guys. Not bad at all. I felt him tick it a little bit right there in the weeds. Just a small hit, but I knew it was a fish, and man, that is not a bad fish right there. Not a bad fish. So that definitely pumps me up, man. Really nice bass, and I knew that fat Ica would work too, so I'm glad I switched to that here, fishing it slower. Hopefully I can get ourselves another one. And there he goes. Oh gosh, this wind is rough. All right, I'm gonna switch to that back to that chatterbait now. The wind is, I can't believe this. It's terrible. My hat blew off, so that's not cool. I really don't even know what to do with it now. Fish, another one. I thought this area was going to be good too. Not a bad one. Not the biggest, but not bad. Another one on that black and blue chatterbait. Third fish of the day, and it is tough, but I'm trying to figure these things out. So, man, fun fish. There he goes. Fish. Small bass, but it was right out where you have one weed line starting and the other one starting. There's a little like valley where there is like no weeds, so I'm kind of moving it right in between those two areas with no weeds, and pulled out another bass on that black and blue chatterbait. So as you can tell, the winds are, no lie, probably 50 miles an hour. I don't know how well you can hear me, but I mean, for these insane conditions, I've caught 4 bass so far. I'm just working through, seeing if we can figure something out, and so far 3 out of those 4 have been on this chatterbait. Fish. Oh, this is a weird bass. I've never caught one like this with black all over it. And I've seen pictures of bass like this before, but black dots all over it, man. That's kind of cool. Really unique looking bass. Another one on the chatterbait, man. I think I have found out what they are going to be eating today. Really pretty fish. Let him go back. Ooh. Ooh, he's on still. There he is, another fish there on the black and blue chatterbait. He came up and really hit it. I thought I missed him. That's not a bad one. Might be one of the better ones of the day. Another bass there. I am heading back to the car, and I'm calling it a day. All right, made it back to the car, and I'm gonna close it out in here because the winds are literally like 40 to 50 miles an hour. I'm not even kidding. It was tough today. Conditions were not good, and lately it's just been rough. I mean, we've had rain probably the last 3 days straight, and you know, these winds are really stirring some things up. I've heard that this lake is supposed to be a pretty clear lake, so today it wasn't. It's really muddy, so really the conditions were not the best. So what I resorted to was I found out that the chatterbait would be a pretty good idea in this condition. And what would make it even better would be having it be black and blue. It really shows up and makes it a lot more visible in that dirty water. So I use a black and blue chatterbait. The vibrations in the dirty water and the darker color really made it stand out, and I was able to get 4 fish that way. And then I used the fat Ica for 1 fish. I used a Dobbins Champion medium 6/8 fast action. And then I also paired that with a Shimano Curado, which I think 7-1 to 1 or 7-2 to 1, something like that. And that was actually a pretty versatile combo. I use that for the river because it's really sensitive, it's lightweight, and you can use mostly soft plastics with it and really feel everything that you're throwing it out there for. But it seems to work well with most lures, so I chose that one today. It worked out great for me, and I was happy to get a few bites that I could. Tough day, like I said. Thank you so much for watching again. Please subscribe, press that subscribe button, and tune in for more adventures. It's tough without a boat out here, but I'm working on some things to get a truck, to get a boat, so I can get this channel started the right way. So I'm pumped up about what's to come, guys. Thanks for your support. Again, please subscribe, and what a day.